Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's lecture on social capital theory and its implications for human resource development. While HRD traditionally focuses on developing individuals, today we are exploring something different. We are looking at the power of relationship, what scholars call as social capital. Our discussion draws from the leading researchers like Elder, Vons, Gibbons, Cote, and Egdeer's practical insights. By the end of this lecture, you will understand what social capital really means, how it drives learning and performance, and most importantly, how to leverage it in your HRD practice. So let's begin with understanding what is meaning of social capital. There is a relational shift. The traditional HRD asks, what skills does this person have? And the social capital theory asks a different question. What relationship does this person have access to? This shift is revolutionary. Instead of focusing solely on individual and individual's characteristics, we examine the networks between the people. Think about you. When you need to solve a problem, do you always rely just on your own knowledge? Of course not. You reach out to friends, you reach out to colleagues, you tap into relationship, you leverage your network. That is what is social capital in action. So, what exactly is social capital? I can give you a working definition of the social capital. Social capital is goodwill embedded in social relations that can be mobilized to facilitate action. Let me break this down. It is goodwill, the trust, sympathy, support others have towards you. It is embedded in relationship. It exists between people, not within individual. It can be mobilized. We can activate it when needed. It facilitates action. It helps us get things done. Second question comes that why we call it as capital. You might wonder why use the term capital. Social capital shares the key characteristics with other forms of capital. First, it is a long-lived asset. The relationships you build today pay dividends for years. Second, it is convertible. A professional relationship, a professional friendship can lead to job opportunity, business partnership, knowledge sharing. And the third, it requires maintenance. Like financial investments, relationships need ongoing attention. But here is what makes social capital unique. It is located between actors, not within them. You can't own it alone. It requires mutual commitment. Let's look at the architecture of the social capital. Elder and Vaughan identified three essential sources that activate social capital: the opportunity, the motivation, the ability. Let me explain each one of them. The opportunity that the network is structured. Opportunity is created by your network of social ties. But here is the key insight. How your network is shaped determines what you can accomplish. Let me give you two examples to illustrate this point. Example one, the tight circle. Imagine you are part of a close-knit marketing team. Everyone knows everyone. You socialize. You be together for longer hours. You trust each other. And there is a complete harmony in you. This is what network closure, a tightly connected group. The benefits, when you need support, everyone rallies around you. The decision making is fast, trust is high, the team acts as one unit. And the second example is the bridge builder. You imagine a different situation. You are the only one person who works closely. with the marketing team and the engineering team. You are the bridge. You connect group that don't normally interact. The benefits, you get information first. You see opportunities others miss. You can bring fresh ideas from one group to another. The trade-off. So which network structure is better? If you need solidarity and speed, like launching a critical project, you want the tight circle. If you want innovation and fresh thinking, like solving a complex problem, you want to be choosing bridge. So most successful professionals and most effective organizations need both. Then second is motivation. Why people help? Motivation addresses a crucial question. Why do people help others without guaranteed return? And sometimes it is deeply internalized norms. We help because it is who we are. And sometimes there is a reciprocity. I help you now, you help me later. And sometimes it is trust and foundation of the social capital. Trust is absolutely critical. Without trust, social capital withers. And the third, the ability, the network resources. Ability refers to what your network contacts can actually provide. The most extensive network is useless if your contacts lack expertise, resources, or influence. That is why the diversity matters in network. You want contacts with the different knowledge, various skills, and complementary resources. So there is a need to understand that what are the risks associated and what are the benefits. The social capital provides three primary benefits, that is information, influence, and solidarity. The information flows faster and more accurately through social networks. You can learn about job opportunities, industry trends, best practices, and innovations through your relationship. This is not just any information, it is timely, relevant, and often exclusive. Then the influence, which helps you get things done. Through social capital, you can mobilize support, build coalition, and achieve goals that would be impossible alone. Think of a project manager rallying different departments. And the third, the solidarity that creates cohesion and commitment, a strong social bonds which reduce the need for formal monitoring, speed up decision making, and foster organizational citizenship behavior. People go the extra miles for colleagues they trust and respect. It does not mean that it is free of darker side. The social capital has risks too. One, that over embeddedness can create insularity. Groups become so close knit they reject outside perspective. Exclusion can reinforce existing inequalities. A strong in group often create outgroups. So groupthink can stifle the innovation and critical thinking. The key is balance. We need both bonding social capital within group and bridging social capital across groups. So there are both sides are available to this social capital theory. Now let's look at that how social capital works with HRD practitioners. The fundamental insight, the learning is inherently social. You don't learn in isolation. We learn through observation, collaboration, mentoring, and knowledge sharing. So this provides a context. The manager supports a peer relationship. The manager, there is a team dynamics which determines whether the training transfers to the job or not. For for newcomers, especially, the quality of the workplace relationship shapes their entire learning experience. Then there is a performance through networks. The research constantly shows the social capital enhances performance. Why? Because today's work is interdependent. Individual brilliance means little without the ability to collaborate, coordinate, and leverage collective intelligence. Teams with a strong social capital solve complex problems better and faster. They innovate more effectively and adapt more quickly to the changing context. It has a strategic implications when we are looking at in the HRD context. What does this mean for you as HRD learner or HRD practitioner? First, go beyond individual development. Design interventions that can build relationships and strengthen networks. Second, map your organizational social capital. Identify the key connectors, bridge builders, and the knowledge brokers. Third, balance bonding and bridging, and foster team cohesion and cross-functional collaboration. And the fourth, recognize that the strong human capital needs social capital to be effective. Individual skills without relationship have limited impact. And the fifth, create opportunities for social exchange, facilitate informal interactions, cross-departmental projects, and communities of practice. There are a couple of practical strategies which you may find useful for you. First, mentoring programs that create ongoing relationship, not just skill transfer. Second, action learning that sits whether the people solve uh, uh, the real life problems and come together while building bonds. Then the cross-functional projects that bridge organizational silos, and the networking events designed for meaningful connection, not just socializing. The team building that focuses on trust and psychological safety. And remember, you are not just developing individuals, you are strengthening the social fabric of your organization. And after knowing that how it is practiced there in HRD domain, there is a need to understand how to navigate the challenges, the individual collective paradox. Organizations often reward individual performance while expecting collective collaboration. This creates tension. People invest in relationship but get evaluated on individual metrics. As HRD professionals, you need to address this misalignment. Advocate for team-based rewards, collective recognition, and shared accountability. Remember those risks, what we discussed before? To avoid over-embeddedness, encourage external partnership, bringing bring in outside speakers and rotate team members. To prevent exclusion, be intentional about inclusion, create diverse teams, and establish clear access to networks. To combat groupthink, reward constructive dissent, encourage devil's advocates, and value diverse perspectives. Now about measuring social capital. You might ask, how do we measure something which is invisible? Start with network analysis. Map who talks to whom, who collaborates with whom, who trusts whom. Survey relationship, survey the quality of relationship, the trust levels, and the knowledge sharing behaviors. Track outcomes like innovation rates, problem solving speed, and cross functional project success. The key is making the invisible visible. And when I'm asked to conclude, this social capital is a paradigm shift which represents a very marvel of the situation and gives a good idea. We're moving from the narrow focus on individual competencies to the broader understanding of relational capability. From training program that develop skills to interventions that build social infrastructure, from measuring individual return on investment to assessing collective impact. Your call to action as HRD professional, you have a unique opportunity. You can be architects of social capital in your organization. You can design learning experiences that don't just transfer knowledge but build lasting relationship. You can create environments where the people don't just work together but learn together, grow together, and succeed together. And final thoughts to remember that in our interconnected world, success is rarely a solo act. The most innovative companies, the highest performing teams, and the most effective leaders all understand the fundamental truth. Relationships are not just nice to have, they are essential for sustained success. And social capital is not just theory, it is a foundation of organizational excellence. Thank you so much for your attention. I look forward to discussing how you can apply these insights in your own HRD practice. And soon I'll be back with some other issues of HRD. Thank you so much. See you soon.